Hello students, this is the 11th part of our second English semester's second one-act play, and that is The Dear Departed, which is written by Stanley Horton. So open your books, page number 144. On this page number, first line, first dialogue. Now listen carefully. Mrs. Slater. What did Mrs. Slater say? I always fancy. Fancy it means look at the board. Fancy it means have special liking for a loving husband, a kind father, a faithful friend. So Mrs. Slater said that I always like a special kind of information about that old person. We should write in the paper a loving husband, very kind father, and a faithful friend. That old person who died, they wanted to write some information on the paper, in the paper about that old person. So Mrs. Slater suggested this information. After that, Bain, doubtfully, do you think that's right? After that, Bain, this was a person who said to Mrs. Slater that whatever you told, do you think that is the right information? Then Henry, I don't think it matters whether it's right or not. After that, Henry said, Ben, that I don't think it is matter right now that it is right information or wrong information because that person is dead. Mrs. Jordan, no, it's more for the look of the thing. Then Mrs. Jordan said that this information is more about that person. That person is not that kind. That person was not that kind of person when he was alive. After that, Henry, I saw a verse, V-E-R-S-E, verse, it means poems. I saw a verse in the evening news yesterday. Proper poetry it was, a rhyme, he gets the paper and read. So after that Henry said that in the evening newspaper yesterday I saw a poetry, a poem, and that was a proper poem. It was in a rhyme also, and he gets the paper and read, and after that he gets that paper and read that poem to everyone. What is that poem? Despised. Despised it means in spite of. Despite and forgotten by some you may be, but the spot that contains, contain it means to have within, contains you is sacred to be, sacred it means holy. So these are the two lines of that poem. Despite and forgotten by some you may be. So some people may have forgotten to you. In spite of that, even though, but the spot that contains you is sacred to be. But there is a particular spot in your behavior, in your inner mind, in your inner heart, and that is sacred, very holy, very pure for us. After that, Mrs. Jordan said, that will never do. You don't say sacred to be, Henry. It's in the paper. So after that, Mrs. Jordan said that there was sacred to be. This you say. You don't say sacred to be because that person was not sacred or his soul was not sacred. After that, Henry gave answer that it was written in the paper and I only read that information. After that, Mrs. Slater, you wouldn't say it if you were speaking properly, but it's different in poetry. So after that, Mrs. Slater said that tell everyone that you are not speaking yourself, you are only reading that poetry in that paper, and that poetry is little bit different. Henry, poetic license, you know. After that, Henry explained himself that whatever written in that poetry, that is the poetic license. Poetic license, it means grammatically, grammatical rules are not followed to achieve an artistic effect. So Henry gives explanation that this is the poetic license. It means in some poetry, the poet do not care about the grammatical rules because they wanted to achieve artistic effect in their poem. After that, Mrs. Jordan, no, that will never do. We want a verse that say how much we loved him and refers to all his good qualities and say what a heavy loss we have had. So Mrs. Jordan said that this poem is not good for us. In the poem, we must we must mention that how much we loved him and how many good qualities that old person was having. This kind of information we must write in our poetry, and how heavy loss we have after his death. Then Mrs. Slater, you want a whole poem? That will cost a good lot. After that, Mrs. Slater said that you want to print the whole poem in that newspaper information, then you have to pay more money for that. Mrs. Jordan, well, we shall think about it after tea. Mrs. Jordan gave some kind of answer, and she said, after tea we will discuss about it, and we will think about it. And then we shall look through his bite of things and make a list of them. And after that, after taking tea, we will think about that old person and we will find out good qualities of that person. There's all the furniture in his room, and in his rooms there were many furnitures. After that, Henry, there's no jewelry or valuable of that sort. Henry said that there is nothing valuable thing or jewelry, whatever you are thinking about, that is not in his room. Mrs. Jordan, except his gold watch. Mrs. Jordan said, but he had a gold watch in his wrist. He promised that to our Jimmy. And Mrs. Jordan said that the old person promised my son Jimmy that he will give his gold watch to my son. Mrs. Slater, promised your Jimmy? I never heard of that. Then, very surprisingly, Mrs. Slater said that the old person promised your Jimmy that he will give his gold watch to your Jimmy, your son. Then Mrs. Jordan, oh, but he did, Emily. Then Mrs. Jordan said to Mrs. Slater that Emily, this is the name of Mrs. Slater. Emily, he promised my son, my Jimmy, when he was living with us, when that old person was living with us, that time that old person promised to my Jimmy. He was very fond of Jimmy. Fond, it means loving. And that old person was very fond, very loving about my Jimmy. So, in this way, this part ends here. We are going to stop here. Have a good day to all of you. Thank you.